doing for the Ultimate Conquest season and talk about how I've done so far. As you can see, I'm doing very, very well. I'm really happy. I've gotten 23 of the successful predictions right. Just to quickly go over the rewards, if I get one more right, I will get this 24th, basically correct, uh, you know, predictions right. The perfect score would have been 30, which I'm not going to get at this point. But that would have been the 50k diamonds and the 15% total defense. For this one, I would get 2 of the 500 black diamond coupons and a 10k diamonds. So let's see what my predictions have been so far and where I've gone wrong. Alright, so taking a look at them, as you can see in the first round, I got them all correct. I think most of these were pretty easy to predict. BDR winning, RYS winning, MAD winning, CTP, WTP, N3O, FDH, and HOH. I think the closest one here was probably the HOH TBE, but I felt pretty strongly that HOH was going to pull it out, and as you could see, they did. So, moving on to round 2. Did well in the top half of the bracket, BDR beating RYS, pretty standard, MAD beating CTP. This match was actually closer than people thought. MAD was missing our primary shot caller as well as multiple of our strong main accounts, and so that just threw us off a lot and made the match a lot closer than it really probably should have been, but credit to CTP for really giving us a run for our money on that. WTP and N3O, this one had the potential to be close, but I had a lot of faith that WTP was going to pull it out, which they did. And then FDH and HOH, FDH just has too many rally leads, too strong for HOH to handle, so they pulled that out as well. In the bottom half, a lot of these were a little bit more of a toss-up. They were a little bit closer. RPG and RRH, felt pretty good about RPG winning there, and they did. I'll get to this one in a second. Ash and OBV, felt pretty strongly about OBV winning, and they also did as well. MHL and TBE, I felt pretty strongly that TBE was going to win, and again, they did as well. The one that I got wrong here was SPL and German Jokers, GJs. So I had thought that GJS was going to win, but credit to SPL, they pulled it out. And I gotta say, after watching them face MAD in the first match, I wish I could have gone back and changed this. SPL did a phenomenal job. They were really, really tough. They did a really nice job of just kind of subverting a lot of our tactics, despite not having many strong rally leads. They were really, really effective at that, and I sense that that really overcame GJS in this matchup. GJS had a lot of experience as far as they've been around for a little while. A lot of their members had joined CTP a few seasons back to help them out, but it seems like it didn't really pan out for them as well as they were hoping, and SPL took that win. That's the first one that I got wrong, and then of course it spills into the next round and affects this one because instead of CTP beating the German Jokers, as I'd predicted, they beat SPL, so I got that one wrong as well. Moving back up to the top, I was right that MAD beat BDR. That was a really fun match, but as many of you probably know by now, MAD did win that match. WTP and FDH, I thought WTP was going to win that one, but FDH pulled it out, which FDH really showed that they're really, really strong and really, really a powerhouse alliance in this. That was definitely an upset. I did not expect that, but good on them. Moving down, so yes, RYS beat RPG. CTP, as I just said, beat SPL, not the German Jokers, which I did agree that CTP was going to win. Had faith in RYS before. N3 and OBV and HOH and TBE, those are both rematches. Felt pretty good about the same team winning in those. So no real surprises there. That N3O beat OBV again, and HOH beat TBE again. Alright, so next round, I'll just skip right down to the bottom bracket. So RYS and CTP, felt pretty strongly CTP was going to win it. They did. No real surprises there. N3O and HOH. This match was really, really close. I really felt pretty strongly that N3O was going to win it, but man, did HOH give them a good run for their money. It was a really, really close match. HOH almost won it. It was probably my favorite one to watch so far this season. Hat is off to HOH. That was such a fun one to watch, but N3O just too much power just eventually overcame them. Looking at round 5, we had BDR and CTP, and then FDH. Sorry, this was not FDH. This was WTP and N3O. I was right that BDR was going to beat CTP in that matchup. I was also sort of right that N3O won this match, but it was actually against WTP, not FDH. But again, I just N3O really is a stronger alliance than you think when it comes to just like burying people with their troops. They just have so many. They can just kind of rain down on you and eventually wear you down. They have good strategy. They know what they're doing, and definitely a very impressive win for them. That was actually interesting because they lost to WTP earlier and they beat them down here. So definitely a fun rematch that they were able to win over WTP and knock out one of the arguably top 4 alliances in this season. So next we had MAD, and then this was FDH, not WTP. MAD also was victorious there. And then BDR and N3O, and again, BDR won there. So what we are left with is that this should have been FDH, so I can't get this one right. But if BDR wins this next matchup, which again should be BDR and FDH, and then they face MAD, and MAD wins, then I do have the opportunity to get one more match right and get that 24th one. So what's interesting, I just wanted to show this to people. Realistically, I have gotten only 2 rounds incorrect, and that would be this SPL German Jokers wrong, which also affected this one, and then this round, which was WTP and FDH. If WTP loses to FDH, if WTP wins as I expected them to here, then this victory that MAD has counts as a win as well. This victory that N3O has counts as well. And then this potential victory that BDR might have would also count. So it's just interesting. I just wanted to show when you get one thing wrong in the top bracket, it really affects a lot of things. Effectively is affecting 1, 2, 3, 4 different matches just for getting that one wrong. So while it doesn't sound great to say 23, it really, in my opinion, is only 2 mistakes that I've made, and the rest of it's pretty perfect. So very, very pleased with this. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that MAD can pull it out. It has been a really, really fun season. Looking back at the last MAD versus BDR, because it will either be MAD versus BDR or MAD versus FDH. Here, I'll quickly go to where we can actually look at it. So either it will be MAD versus BDR or MAD versus FDH in the final. One of these 2 rematches will occur after FDH and BDR finish their match. But both of these were really close matches. The scores don't really show just how close they were. What basically happened in the FDH match was after about halfway through, FDH kind of decided, okay, we're going to let MAD take this one, save up their speed-ups for this BDR match that they had coming. And this match with BDR, like, really everything went right for MAD. And I'm not saying that as we didn't deserve the win. No, we absolutely did. But I just want people to understand that we really, it was about as perfect of a match as we could ask. As far as we won the races we wanted to win, we got the people in that we wanted to, and those are all good things. If that can happen again, I expect we'll have a similar result. But both FDH and BDR and MAD all have very similar strength lineups. Each of them have probably 3 to 4 near max accounts. In MAD, we're talking about Belzebuth, which is the old Rum Runner account, Diver, the GSW account, and then Death to All. Arguably EK is up there, but I'd say those 4 are probably the 4 main strongest ones. Chaos is up there too, though MAD has a lot of strong ones. For FDH, we can look at this. FDH, you've got Freeze, Alticio, Harlow's pretty strong. Freeze, Alticio, Steel is very strong. Where's Steel? Let's see. Yep, Steel, Odin. So they've got probably 4 or 5 really strong accounts too. They also recruited a lot from OGs, so they are very, very strong right now. FDH is not a joke. And then of course you've got BDR. BDR was the number 1 seed going into it, and they're doing really great. Patton is very, very strong. God Emperor is the old Burgle account. God Empress is very, very strong. I'm not sure which one. I think it might be Mr. X. One of those accounts is the old Miller's account, and is very, very strong as well. But look, BDR, FDH, and MAD are all three right at that same power level. They all use systems. They're all very smart about it. And I'm really excited to see who wins between FDH and BDR, and then whoever's we're going to face in that final. It is going to be a lot of fun. Crossing my fingers we get BDR again. I get my prediction right. But either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. I certainly am. It is fun to finally be in that final round. It's been a long time of working towards it, but definitely exciting. I will say that the rewards that we're going to be getting are definitely not going to be quite as much as the amount of speed ups we've probably used, but I think that no one's really playing UC first place for the rewards alone. I mean, you're doing it because it's such a fun event, and for the pride of winning. I mean, we get one more of the warrior summons, which definitely is good. You get a couple extra Simon medals. Looks like 5 more diamonds. Definitely not nothing, but I mean the rest of this, you get 40 more marks. The rest of it's pretty much the same, but still, not nothing, and definitely exciting. Just fun to get to win. I mean it's definitely exciting. So whatever happens, those will be the top 3 alliances: MAD, BDR, and FDH. Not necessarily in that order, but we will see soon. So stay tuned until we get to find out exactly, what happens and who wins. So until then, my name is TyrionLanstr. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.